501,780,240. Guys, I don't understand where this idea came from that there was going to be some sort of a big reveal at the shareholder meeting today that they were going to expose all of the synthetic shares or whatever the thought is. AMC will not and does not know if there are fake shares out there, all right? The votes, only real shares get to vote. Phantom shares, fake shares, synthetic shares, they do not carry voting rights. The only shares that carry voting rights are the authorized outstanding shares. And that number at the time of June 2nd, when you needed to be a shareholder, was 501,780,240. So hopefully that clears that up. But there's a couple other things I want to talk about right now because Amazon and Pinterest are both going down. So people are thinking that there's liquidations going on in order to cover for the upcoming price swing in AMC stock. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, let's get started. What's up, everybody? I'm Clay. I'm here to make 2021 the best year ever. If you haven't clicked that subscribe button yet, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Join us, become a bro. We are here every single day, and we are growing our portfolios together. All right, it's no doubt. There's no hiding the fact that Amazon, Pinterest, and a couple other stocks fell heavily after hours today, and there's a lot of speculation going on out there as to why. Hedge funds are liquidating those stocks in order to have enough capital on hand not to get margin called on some upcoming price swings in AMC, and that could be good news, right? I love raining on your guys' parade because people often forget that people make investment decisions. Every time a stock goes down, it isn't corruption and manipulation or hedge funds or institutions pushing that stock down, and every time a stock goes up, it's retail investors buying that stock to drive the price up. Now, earnings calls for Pinterest and Amazon and many other stocks came out today, and they typically come out after hours, right? So that it doesn't have a huge impact during market, especially towards the end of the day, during market hours. And then tomorrow you could see a bigger swing in the price. They release earnings after hours in order to quiet some of the volatility. But let's talk about Amazon and Pinterest. Pinterest had very good revenue, right? I think it was 125% of expectations, or they increased revenue by 125% or something like that. And you would have expected Pinterest to go up, but what did they say? They're expecting a slowdown in usage because people are no longer spending their quarantine days inside. They're going out more. They're not sitting there on their phones all day anymore. Could be good news for AMC, right? More revenue if people are going out and doing things. Let's talk about Amazon for a second. What did the CFO of Amazon say? The CFO of Amazon said that people are tending to go out more. They're not spending their day shopping online. And what would that do for Amazon if people aren't spending their entire day shopping online? Exactly. It wouldn't be good for business. Now, I don't want to sound like people always make logical decisions, because clearly they don't, but these would be two reasons for two different companies that people would sell off. If the CFO is saying less and less people are shopping on Amazon, okay, people might pull back their position a little bit. If the executives at Pinterest are saying people are using Pinterest less and less, we would see a pullback in the price of Pinterest. Guys, remember, when we were all stuck inside, what were we doing? We were using the internet a lot. All types of social media was soaring. All types of e-commerce sites were soaring. We saw that. And now as the economy opens back up and people are out doing normal things again, guess what happens? You're going to start seeing rises in stocks like, cruise ships, travel, movie theaters. You ever heard of AMC stock? Yeah. Increase in revenue for AMC could be a result of people going back out and doing things. So it's not necessarily, when the market sells off, it's not necessarily the fact that they're raising money for AMC stock to cover their short positions. And I know a lot of people have that mentality right now. that everything, and you know what? I can understand why people would think that everything revolves around AMC, because we are so deep into this movement right now. We are so focused on every... Dude, think about a clockmaker. You know, he gets in there, he knows all the super intricate details of everything that's going on with AMC, that you start to forget to you know, live your life in the time. Don't just build a clock. Actually use the time that's out there. That's a terrible analogy. I know it is. But you see what I'm saying, though? When you focus so minutely on one detail, you tend to lose interest in the bigger picture and tend to lose that understanding of what's going on out there. People still invest based on the news that's in front of them. It's not strictly corruption. It's not strictly manipulation. And not everything revolves around AMC. Now, with that being said, I do want to say this, guys. Stop being distracted by so many things. I know people out there think we need 1 billion shares, 1 billion naked shorts in order to squeeze AMC. It's not true. I know people out there, you think that we need some sort of a scandal or corruption case to squeeze AMC. It is not true. And I've said it 1 billion times by now. That is not true too. That's an exaggeration. See what I'm saying? But I've said it so many times. If we hold this stock, and people... I don't know if you're just jumping on board with the whole AMC stock squeeze movement or whatever, but people forget the squeeze part of it, okay? People forget that you have to squeeze the price higher. Increased demand at this point, if hedge funds went to cover 80 million shares or whatever the outstanding shorts are at this point, if they go to cover 80 million shares and the daily volume is 80 million, man, it's going to happen like that, and they're not really going to squeeze the price that much higher. However, if nobody's willing to sell this stock, and I know you're going to tell me that people are unwilling to sell this stock. Yeah, maybe you and I are unwilling to sell this stock, but when institutional ownership rises roughly 50%, not to 50%, but rises from roughly 20% to 30%, that tells you they're buying those shares somewhere, and they're buying those from retail investors. So when institutional ownership is rising, they're also buying them from AMC too. If you didn't know, there are 513 million shares outstanding right now. AMC diluted the shares by another 11 million shares. So there's 513 million shares outstanding right now. So yes, institutional ownership also grew because of AMC, you know, selling them more shares. But with institutional ownership rising, we have to rely on them to help squeeze this stock. And I believe that they're going to be off board much sooner than you and I are, because the only thing that we have to do to squeeze AMC is be unwilling to sell it back to the hedge funds. And I know it sounds too simple and too good to be true, but that's the only thing you need to do to squeeze AMC, is be unwilling to sell it back to the hedge funds. If you are, think about it, guys. If people are willing to sell it back to the hedge funds right now, whether it's an institution selling them the share or it's a retail investor selling them the share, if they offer a price and somebody accepts it, the price doesn't go higher. If they offer a price and somebody accepts it, the price doesn't go higher. If they offer a price and somebody accepts it, the price doesn't go higher. So you see, if they're trying to cover their shares and people are willing to sell at that price, it doesn't go higher. But if nobody's willing to sell, that's when they offer higher and higher and higher prices. So the game is simple, guys. Yeah, and hopefully you get a little bit of encouragement from this, knowing that we don't need everything that everybody's talking about. We only need not to sell it back to the hedge funds. So I hope you find just a little bit of comfort knowing that it's a lot easier than people are making it sound, and we can still win this if we decide not to sell it back to the hedge funds. See this button right here? If it's still red, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Join us, become a bro. We are here every single day, and we are growing our portfolios together. You got like 1 day left. $5 is all you have to deposit on Webull. You're going to get a couple free stocks. Make sure to use the link in the description below. If you wait until August, you're going to have to deposit $100 again. So make sure to take advantage of the July discount. And ClayBro883 on Twitter if you want to follow me there. If you want to check out all the other links in the description below, make sure to do that. And of course, until the next time, I hope that each and every one of you have an awesome day.